Good morning, this is Nicholas from Gandor Gaming, and today I'm giving you guys my updated Festival Lead Deck 2025 post, Journey Together Again. So if you don't know, Journey Together Again is a new set. It just came out last week, and I've been playing testing with the new format and making this deck even better. Now, I will say the format does not favor us due to the fact that the new Hops archetype kind of hard counters us. However, luckily for us, our deck did get better with the new format, and I've been playing, testing it, and making it a lot stronger. So let's see what we can do. So first thing first, playing 4 copies of Dipplin. He is your boss monster. He's one of the best cards in the deck. Basically, while Festival Lead is on field, he gains an extra 20 power for every card in your stage. Not to mention he can attack twice. I mean, he is attacking for 100 each turn, times 2, which makes it 200 damage without using any additional updates, which is really strong. Of course, we're playing 4 copies of Applin as well, because Applin is a great card for the deck. It's your base to involve into the Dipplin. It's literally a stage 1, so you just slap it on top, which feels really good. We're also playing, of course, 3 copies of Seeking. I ended up bumping Seeking up. I really like the idea of having an additional attacker in the deck. In the last video, I was playing 2-4. However, I felt like Seeking came up way too much, especially in this format. Now that there's a new Steel archetype in the meta, you needed a way to have a card that can deal with it. That Seeking kind of does. Seeking only does 60, however, it draws 2 for every swing. So with your stage, it's drawing you 4, and if you KO a character, you're actually drawing 6. Which is kind of insane. Seeking just helps you get around the type advantages that are disadvantages you may have. Not to mention he draws you out of situations. Next we're playing a new copy of Rillaboom. This card is part of our Flaky line. So if you don't know, Flaky is what we're playing as our monkey engine. This basically allows us to search any card in our deck by evolving our Grookeys. As long as we have a character in the active that is Festival Lead, this can search any card in the deck. We end up adding Rillaboom to the deck due to the fact that Rillaboom helps us out Earth Ogerpon, or Chromosome Ogerpon, or whatever that Earth Ogerpon is. That's a really hard counter to this deck. While playing against decks online, I realized without this card, you had no way to beat that deck. So you need to add the one Rillaboom in order to one-shot it, which feels really good. So now we have a way to out the lovely Chromosome, which means we can actually win games against that deck, which is like Terror Box, which feels really good. Before you can out Terror Box, you needed this. Without it, you could never win that matchup. Next, we're playing 1 copy of Rasbel and Reller. This is so important for the deck against not only the new Hops deck, but of course Dragonpult as well. Basically, it protects all your bench from those characters, which is really good. Prevents all damage from effects or attacks from your opponent's Pokemon due to your bench. So any deck that wants to kill your bench to do more damage, this will protect, which makes it really better. Another new addition to the deck, we're playing 1 copy of Serendipity. This card's absolutely insane. Basically what it allows you to do is anytime on the previous turn while your Pokemon got KO'd, during the next turn, which would be your turn, he allows you to draw 3, which is really good because we're a 1 prize deck, meaning all these guys are weenies, so they get killed pretty easily. So Serendipity basically says, hey, every turn that our Pokemon dies, just draw 3. Helps you get out of some really tight situations. It's really good. He is a 2 prize, so do be careful of that. However, he's so good that it's fine. He's just a really good card. And then we're also playing 1 copy of Blood Moon Ursaluna for the late game. I felt like in the late game, it would come down to 1 or 2 prizes, and my opponent will hard get rid of these guys. And it was cool just to put up Ursaluna Blood Moon into the bench, and then just swing with it for free. If you don't know, Blood Moon Ursaluna has the ability that basically, if depending on how much cost, how many cards are left in your opponent's prizing, he gets 1 less cost for his attack. Meaning, if your opponent has 1 prize left, this card attacks for free without any energy, and he does a base 240 damage, which is really strong. Not to mention he's a 260, and his weakness is the Earth, which does not come up. And overall, just a really good card. I'm really testing him out, but I really like Pheasant for sure. Ursaluna I'm still testing with. But that is it for the base monsters. These are just the basic dudes, which is really good. I'm happy I added the Rillaboom. This definitely comes up. You gotta play it against the Chromozones and Terravox. You cannot beat that deck without it. All the wall decks, you need to beat the wall decks. So that's it for the monsters. Let's talk about the actual events and stuff. So we're playing 3 copies of Festival Lead. I was playing 4, but I had a problem with drawing multiple stages, which really sucked. Now, I know the idea of why you play 4 is because if you go against another archetype that's playing 4 stages, and you go into a stage war, they have a potential to get rid of all your stages, and then you just lose the game. However, if it really comes down to that, I think that's fine. We have other ways to do damage, not to mention we do have ways to boost our characters and do enough. We just had to win 3 prizes because all their guys are 2 prizes. That's all we have to do. So I think that that's still fine. I've never run into an issue where I did not have a stage. So I think 3 is perfectly fine. You don't want to brick on it. If this thing did anything more than helping us do double attack, I'll be playing 4 copies. But it doesn't really do anything. Basically, each Pokemon that has energy attached to it recovers from all special conditions and can't be affected by any special conditions. That's all it does. And that's not a bad thing, but it doesn't do it. It doesn't search anything. It doesn't set you up. It's just kind of a dead card in hand if you don't have setup. Next, we're playing 4 copies of Arven. This is the best supporter of the deck. Adds an item, adds a tool. What else is there to say? I ended up adding 2 Professor's Research to the deck. Discard your hand, draw 7. It comes up a lot. You can just like use your entire hand, fill the entire field. Your last card could be Professor's Research, and you just draw 7. Comes up a lot. Same thing with Iona. Iona is still a really solid 2 of. For the deck, shuffle back your opponent's hands, and you both draw back as many prize cards as you have, which is really good. We're still playing the 2 copies of Kieran because this card is how you do damage at 30 base. Not to mention, it's also a switch, which feels really good if your opponent's trying to counter capture you. We're also playing 2 copies of Boss's Orders. Because Boss's Orders helps you get rid of problematic monsters by putting them in the right bench. Also helps you go for game, which really matters. That is it for our supporters. Now let's talk about our items. So we're playing, of course, for our items. 1 switch. 1, this allows you just to switch your bench to your active spot. 1 Super Rod to add back from the grave. We have 2 Pokegear 3.0. This card's really good. It searches your supporter cards. Look to the top 7 as a supporter card you want. We're also playing 4 copies of Bugcatcher. Great card, adds up to 2 grass types from your basically top 7 of your deck, either a monster or an energy, which feels really good. 4 copies of Buddy Poffin, puts 2 basics in your bench. And then finally, for our last one, we're finally got the Precious Trolley. So we're trying out Precious Trolley. I have a hate-love relationship with this card. I still like the band that you saw in the last video, but I like Precious Trolley as well. I'm testing both. So we're testing Precious Trolley right now. That is it for our items. And then finally, we're also playing the 1 Defiance band, the 1 TM Evolution, and then 5 Energies. And that's it for the video. If any other updates, I'll let you know. See you all next one. Bye-bye.